don't. No, hold on now. Hold on now.
Okay,
That's too
BBO
far.
on defense.
That's
We've
too
got
far.
Vitality
All right,
on attack.
We're about to kick off this map.
We've got
I
5
hate myself
ghosts for
doing that.
BBL.
BBL
The
on the
trip over
defensive
towards
side.
B for
Pistol
info,
round,
and we
a
are
chance
double
with
fighting.
Ghosts across the board.
Uh-oh.
And the sneaky position of Brave already exposed. Good look to him. He's actually made it out, but he's 40 HP for his trouble.
The moment where he like crouched in the corner and
he
looked
escaped.
up at it, he knew he was done.
That's the main thing.
He's kind of lucky to get out of there, to be honest. Oh, nice catch from the observers.
Maybe he broke the button. Who knows? He didn't, but maybe he did. You can already see Kushner up aggressive, looking for that fight. Wants to try and take the first kill.
Hey,
and
this is a
escape.
great round from
He's
Vitality
already
at the
spotted
moment.
at least one player crossing over.
Got
But
the
I
cage
don't
early
know
so
if
they
you
can
saw
get
anyone
back
else.
out.
If you
We
just
cleared
see
all
Brunner,
the pressure
they
over
might not
towards
sell
C.
too
We
much.
created the question
Luckily,
mark. We now pushed out
Pora's
towards
already seen pretty much
A,
everyone else.
and no one has
So the
reactively
rest of
done
the team
anything
have
over
not
towards
moved.
B.
They've
So at the
not
moment,
rotated.
they could be
It's
expecting a B
just still
split.
going to be Kushner and Pora, but now they're going back towards the B site.
Okay,
At
this
least
gets a
might
little
be
bit
here
weird
just in time.
because BBL... I mean, Vitality, are they just gambling that no one's main? Yeah.
I think BBL are just going to concede the space, though, especially with the util. Well, actually denying
They might
the plan
fast
for a
flood,
moment.
5
Now
people
they
here.
know they've got the timing if they want to go for it, and the C's is good. Safe already on low HP. Plenty of that
Do they
health,
use
though,
all their
recovering
utils? Stun
from
go?
The rest of the players, stun goes through. Swing is not great for Kushner, but the trades
Nice
are
shot.
very favorable for BBL. And with Safe still low towards the corner, and a lead hitting the shot on Trex. This
I like
round
the
has fallen
BBL
to
reaction here,
pieces.
by the way.
Spike on the ground, and the paranoia not landing
They
on a
fully
lead, so
just
it's the
left
trade
A.
that's needed. Safe still on
2
that
people
low
got
health
fast
and
over
about to
towards
swing into
Heaven.
heavy
We have
traffic.
breach damage to
That
stop
should
the
be the end
original
of this
plan.
round, although he's
And then
given
they
himself
then
an
they wanted to go
opportunity.
for a fast
Few missed
flood.
shots, but
I
in
missed the
end it's
util
clean.
that
1-0
Vitality used to
for
stop the
BBL.
fast flood.
Off to a good start here
But
on
then they had a
Lotus.
second hit
We
with
saw in the
literally
first
just
map, they were
one
not able to get any
stun.
of those pistols
But
under
the stun
their
got
belt,
rid of the
but
people on the
that
left,
tide has
so all they could do is
definitely
focus on the right.
changed, and I do think they're a team that, again, they get the momentum rolling. They get these individual players confident. And well, you just see rounds from Kushner where he's blast packing into the opposing spawn.
With the only rifle that they have.
with
Is
the
Cypher
only
better
rifle.
than Killjoy in this map?
He's a bit of a nutter, but we love him for
I
it.
believe so. When
For
the
now,
changes
though,
came in,
no more
that's pretty
blast
much what
packs,
I
but
was
he
on
does
board with. I think when you
have the
see some of the
ability
stuff
to
that teams are
slide.
using, I think it's good. Early C info means you
Still
don't have
gonna
to
be
fight here and you can just have a smoke one
hopefully
way.
a more
I also
competitive
think
map,
like there's a
'cause
lot of
both
potential
have ended up
play. You
being
can have
relatively
Aggro
one-sided.
over towards
Brave,
A with
he's
the
gone
camera
straight back to his position.
and
Not deterred.
Odin.
It is in the name.
And
Well,
the
we
trips just
kinda
the trips
should
in the
have
cage are
expected
just
it by
so
now.
good for solo playing over towards
The idea
C.
to
So
play the position a second time in
it's
a row,
also nice
it's
when
seen
teams
on the
are
pistol
not
too.
using
It is just this
the
man.
Viper to
For some it
have
would be
like
stupid,
a
for this man it's
a
brave,
way
'cause
of
it
getting
always
out
works out.
towards A without using a smoke.
Pistols. Well, the rest of these players, classics on range, and they're all
It just,
walking towards Rumble. This is
it's
two
very good
players
map
holding
for
it.
Cypher at the moment.
Yeah, before it was contact for Reezy, now it's contact for Kushner, and he's fallen back after not seeing anybody. But he'll be quickly back to help out in this fight as Reezy goes towards the door. 2 guns trained in, firing squad, 1 crouched, 1 stood, and it's nice and easy, even the stun. Not followed up on by kicks, and as he tries to escape, Porus swings. And
Could be tempted to not even armor rebuy here, but they will.
Beautiful second round from the side of BBL.
Yeah, the good thing about that is Elite can now buy straight in with a rifle of his own. So this is going to be a fairly punchy.
I know
round
one of the
coming up for
metals
them.
was having at least one on
fact,
C.
they're even
You
making
can argue it's
decisions
fine.
whether
Is
they
there a
go for an
team
outlaw or not. It
that
seems
have
like
no
instead
one
they're
on
just
C
gonna
and they
make
just
sure
always
that
say they
Kushner has
retake?
a bandit
Yeah,
to
but
play with.
wait, what was
I
the
do
team that
think
did that?
you need an early
K-Cop
response
did that at the
vitality.
beginning. It
Again,
worked for
you
like
allow
kickoff
this
and then
BBL
teams
team
started
to start to
realizing
run
what they
away
were
with the
doing
game,
and then they were just
and
saving all their
everything can fall
util
apart,
and just
especially if
walking
they're
into
on that
C.
defense, 'cause
So
you
then they were
know
trying
that
to
they're gonna
retake
be
against like an
blitzing through
Omen
his
flash and
utility.
just full util.
And other rounds.
So it works
Brave
for like
became the
maybe a
maestro
game. It maybe works for like
of
half
this
a
rebel
game. It's
position.
like a game plan and just have a
And guess what,
solid
Mitch?
C retake. But
He's there again.
once teams realize what
And
you're
he
doing
is,
and they just
and he's
hold on to
always a
util,
problem. This
you're
is
done.
the most beautiful thing about this Lotus for BBL is Brave. The guy we saw him last map have some unbelievable rounds, but getting him out of position on Rumble is going to cost you most of your utility. And a lot of the time it's going to cost
EG
you
were
most of your
doing it
players'
too.
lives. And a
Yeah,
lot of the time
K-Cop
you're not even
started
going
the
to
year
kill him. You're
doing
just
it.
going to make him push
EG
back. So
sounds about right.
it's not bad to have this guy. And I'm curious to see late round because we've seen the rotation out of Pora and extra utility here to back them up and the shift from Vitality
Oh, I
towards
thought
this
that
side
was
of the
gonna
map.
go
They've seen B
a
aggression,
lot worse
2
than that,
players
8
that have had to
HP.
fall back and been heavily damaged in the process.
I also
But it
like
does
what
seem like
BBL
ultimately
did here as well.
they're
They mixed
making
up their
what is
trip to get
often a
early
mistake
info and they
of moving
show a
right
bit of
into Brave's
aggression
angle,
where the
and
trip
he's found
is.
the first
Now they
already with
can
a stun to
full
cover his
leave
retreat.
this
The thing is, yeah, the
and
stun
they're kind of
almost
waiting for
becomes
that
null and void
information to
because
get
he hits that
replayed.
shot so fast that no one's else even
Don't know
there
if
for the
we
trade.
need to be doing
Pora
this
trying
for
to
it.
hold that cross. But now you have another problem. You push Brave back, but he's still in that back line. He's trying to TP behind. He's done it again. He's done it again.
Oh no, I thought he had a second. It was unbelievable play.
But no one has the confidence compared to Brave. And now they're watching their backline. They're wary about where these players could be.
No,
Nice kill
did
from
they really
Sender.
lose this one?
Elite
That's devastating.
still at the back of the site. Kushner, this fight is everything, and he wins it.
Ooh, okay, they
Both
actually managed to
players
win
low,
it
but
out.
doesn't
Elite won a
matter
duel
at
on 8
all.
HP.
They're going to take this round over the line. Give me that
Brave,
damn
yeah,
replay.
dude. This whole
Brave
game
with
has
the
been living up to his
paranoia
name.
trade
He's
as
going
well.
for plays.
That's what lets him get in there. Why the shrouded step?
It's a bonus
finds
as
so
well.
much
Like
value.
you're
Here's the
definitely
first
allowed to do
beautiful
stuff like this on a
double, triple
bonus.
Things doesn't
come on.
matter. Converts the paranoia. They don't hear him, and it's free. Sure,
he's
a little bit
unlucky not to
whiffy
get
on the
that.
second, but that's the bulldog
Yeah.
for you too. And for a third round,
Yeah, he kinda lost
that
his nerve a
couldn't have
little.
went any better for the side of BBL, within the constraints of reality at least.
Nice, let's go.
Oh, you can see how happy they are with that. Relieved. The early lead now locked in, and Vitality, it's a messy buy. Sheriffs, Stingers, Ash is delighted. But I'm not sure if Vitality are.
I'll have to wait and see.
My ult's ready.
Don't know if they
Seen
broke the camera in
The
time
win rounds with
or if they saw numbers. I imagine they saw numbers.
less. The Sheriff round that they won, the first round on the board, in fact, on Sunset. So it is definitely possible. Again, like they are
so
pinging
pressure over towards
danger.
C
They're not
again.
even just doing normal pings, they're putting the
And now
danger.
we're
There
going
is
back over
danger
towards
in
A.
these positions. This is where Brave will be. Everyone knows it. Everyone knows it. Anybody who's ever played this
Very
map,
nice
but it
from him.
doesn't matter. He's still
Very,
solo. They're
very
finally
nice.
rotating players in.
Just freely using the flash,
But at
knowing
this
that if
point,
anyone's coming in, they
Vitality
have to at
made
least,
wise
at the very
decision
least,
to scuttle
go back
away from Brave.
past his one way.
Yeah, and they're moving towards the side of the map. They already destroyed one of those trap wires in with the early blast pack, so at least they know the space is clear. They can take the fights, and the Stinger's the one to win it. Safe, picking off Elite.
5
A
HP
weapon to be
to
retrieved
save.
perhaps, but they'll have to get past Brave.
Kicks his
He's
ult,
already
but I
rotated along
don't
with the rest of
imagine
his
he would
teammates.
use it on an
I assume
eco.
there's some utility about to
But
make
as
its
this
way in.
round
Forward
gets
with
a
the stun
little
and
bit
flashes.
oh, he's got it in his
C's
hand. He's
lined
going
up
for
by
it.
Reezy. It's made it to the back. Where's the stun? No. Rolling Thunder, in fact, pulled out from the attackers. They were waiting for it. They've got kicks, and they're on straight in for the fights.
Hey, yeah, he went for it, and that is backfired. Razzie gets his ult.
Disaster. Rolling Thunder caught one
Yeah,
player,
and now
the rest
they
were ready to
now
fight.
they don't have a breach. Or...
Seems like they've been very prepared for everything that Vitality are looking to do, aware of the ultimates that are available on the Vitality side. And you can't blame them for throwing that in. Like, it's a spot where you go, okay, we've got 4v4, we picked up a rifle. If we catch these players, great, but they don't. And that's a god tier reveal. They put every single player on the map. And the best thing about it is Reezy goes, right, here you go, guys. Here's all the information. Step back, I'm going to kill them all myself anyway. Like, did everything. You can't get assists on your own kills, Reezy, but I guess if you're 6-1, you're not going to care.
Yeah, 6-1-1. Not a bad scoreline for him. Braves been dominating as well. This is a scary start for BBL, but they were only against some weaker weapons in the last round.
They're
Let's give
going
that to them.
through the smokes. They've gone through the smokes.
The conditioning's
I like
there.
it.
Yeah, at this point,
The eye kind of gives it away, but they have no idea about the numbers here. Locked in, do they insta-hit? No, they have no idea about the numbers at all.
So quickly behind them, that
Yeah,
trap
and then
gives
now
them
they're
the
like,
info
wait,
to play with,
what?
but a
What the
quick
hell's
decision
going on?
needs
They
to be
got no
made.
map control.
Go
They need to
forward
take
or go
somewhere.
sideways into B.
Elite needs to play
They have to go
further
somewhere.
back.
And it
Yeah.
looks like the C side has been overrun and fight into the spawn. Safe. He's cautious about it. He wanted to commit it first.
Yeah,
now
and
knows
Brave
the
can
players
just go
falling
here,
back.
Omen
Smoke,
Flash.
one-way smoke for
And
them
he's
to
going
play
to,
around.
right?
That's going to delay the retake ability for BBL by quite a bit. Well, the ult could help out.
Nightfall gone in. He's going to try and play ahead of it, and in fact, it worked for the first. In fact, it's working all the way through.
There's a lot of
Brave
duels at
has
the same
caught
time.
one, made this one
Vitality did nice.
competitive, but that's about all. Aftershock makes it awkward, and runners hit the shot. It leaves Pora, IGL, to try and fight this one. Trip to be broken, but that's just going to give even more information to this attacking side round, looking like it's over. Holding on to this rifle might have more value than
So
trying
the overall
to fight
plan
every
could definitely have been
single member
better.
remaining, but he wants to try and make this costly.
Oh
Well,
my,
had a
they almost
chance to
lined up.
maybe take them all.
The overall plan could have been
We
better,
went
like
down with 8
Ideal
bullets.
Worlds. He goes close,
Would've been an
he
impressive
Omen
clutch,
flashes heaven, and then
but it's
they
not one
ult
for
site, then
today.
the people are forced into
Vitality
the,
finding
sorry,
themselves
then they
around
fade
the
ult
board at
site,
last,
then
building
they'd
up
be
some
forced
ultimates.
into it.
Showstopper
You could also
online for the
stun
start
where you
of the
fade
next,
ulting as well, I
and
think that
good
would have been
space
better.
taken on the back
But
of the
they
Nightfall.
ulted,
On the side
then
of,
did a
BBL.
blind stun,
They
then did
use it to get back in.
a Omen
It
flash that
causes
was
a
like
couple of
after
problems,
there.
but ultimately They come out on top in the fights. And I think for this attacking side now, I'm expecting Safe to pull that rocket launcher out of his back pocket and go diving in towards the site. And take a look at the positions early on. Traps for the extremities. 4 players going to shift contact up to B. And you may bet that it's the rocket on contact. The trap has to be destroyed. Or blast packed right over. Never mind.
Oh,
Moore is waiting, and he's dropped him. Plus done damage.
Man, this is such a big round. So we've got 3 people that would get so wrecked money-wise if they lose this. And the Elite picked up an op as well, bro. I didn't even see this. And Bray gets 3 headshots.
That's just, it made it look so easy. Like,
okay, so they got 3 people that are 2,000, and then they got 2 people that are 5,000. So I don't know what they're buying into this. Maybe 2 hero guns. What is this? Nice shot.
This guy, I've said it before, I could watch an entire game.
10 and 2. He's been insane for the whole best of 3.
I'd be on his stream every single time. The smokes, the way he's playing around his team, he's in positions to put down the utility when he needs to, but then he gets a little selfish about it.
Do you have preference between Lurker IGL and Initiator IGL? If it was like perfect world, I would always try and have
10 and 2 right now.
Initiator or Smoker as IGL. I think the Initiator is pretty much the best. I think a lot of the times when you're a lurker, you want to be able to look at your crosshair, because hopefully you've been inserted somewhere and you're ready to like look at your crosshair for someone to like walk back and clear. But I think if you're an Initiator IGL, you want to make sure that your lurker player is like really good at giving info and is prepared to make mid-round calls and take space. So that's like the perfect one. You're Initiator IGL and you have a lurker who is like vocal.
And you put Elite there, this round with an operator, so anybody goes looking, they get opt, and then he's just going to fall back and you play the retake. Like, that seems to be their set play for the majority of rounds. And the only way to really quell that, and I think Fnatic did this when they played, was to basically giga aggro through all of the utility on A, and then go, right, you don't have that anymore.
But it can work the other way, as long as you have someone in the pack that is like what I wanted from the Sentinel, right? Ready to make the calls if need be, give the info.
Online. It's actually being held in the hands of Poor. He's vulnerable to
someone just walking through that smoke. Keep getting 1 kill? It was he spammed through there.
Comes out just in time. The player's coming around the side though. This could be a big problem.
I guess through the box. Door open, spam through box.
Rifle recovered from the fallen Safe, and there's another up top to be retrieved potentially by Trex. He's on his way. Shift walking up close. Prowler for the deep contact. They swing on the back. No one here. Free space.
There is a chance for Vitality to win this. No flash.
Trex without a rifle in his hand. He's not favored to win those
still,
fights. Players tucked in,
still
but
a small chance.
The ultimate, the neural theft, giving all the information away. The stun is good, and now they're stuck, being sprayed down. A chance for Runner. As he tried to spam through a smoke, but now he swings
very
wide
nicely
into
handled.
the open.
Yeah, the 2-person over towards door did a lot
the
here.
defuse was underway the whole time. That is 6
This
on the
guy's
board
just
for
caught out in the
BBL.
open, really.
A good recovery, a bounce back after a round loss, and for Vitality, that's disappointing. I think this is going to cost them quite a bit.
I knew the second I heard the sound slow-mo, I'm like, this is going to be nasty. It's going to be nasty. It's also the second I see a replay that has the name Elite on it. I know that there's going to be nothing but headshots and probably something I can't quite explain. 6 and 1.
6-1.
This defensive side
and
has been stellar.
They have to equal if they lose the next. Unless they get a plant, then maybe you could force. Could argue forcing.
Has been a minimum of about 6 rounds. You've seen 8
and we have 9 people dueling over towards A.
Actually versus Team Liquid, they had a really strong attack side. This time, I said it, they're going to have to try and fight.
You got to Omen flash this one.
That ain't easy. And now there's a rolling thunder. They're getting slaughtered. That's the problem. This is what you need to do, and that's what you're up against.
I mean, this time as well, what plays against them is the BBL of 4 players here to fight. They have all the utility they need.
What an absolute shot,
spot from Brave, but now 1 less player, and it's Elite, but the TP from Brave, 46 HP. I mean, if you're looking for a 2v1 fight, going towards Spawn's definitely the best bet. They seem to have a read on it. Look where Trex is. He's here. Flash. Oh, but somehow Brave gets away with both!
That's insane.
I'm gonna say it. Slow it down.
Yeah, he saw the barrel just as the flash came in.
Some more and show us that. And, they blinded him.
They were so ready for him.
They got no money, no plant as well.
Look, full blind there. He moved away, adjusted, and then collided them.
Alright, that's impressive,
disgusting.
yeah. Nice.
That's so disgusting.
Oh, he stood up as well. He's on his feet. Of course he is. What an
He is
outrageous
14 and 3.
performance.
You have 4
Their
stingers.
controller is 14 and 3. Well, at this point, it's got to be so infuriating for the side of Vitality. It was around they shouldn't have won anyway.
Oh, and we go
really,
for the crunch as well. Ah, this
Right,
is
he's
done,
playing
isn't it?
Angels at this point, and yeah, it's going to be a quick round. This time, Pora's the one. And that's the thing. Like, we've seen, as said, these many A-site aggressive takes, but when they have a really successful one, they then do it on C. And they've been doing that quite a lot. It's like, oh, you just got shut down here.
Wouldn't it be funny if we did the other side?
And then that happens. So you look at Vitality, they're like, well, we can run it down early. We can spam all of our bullets to try and destroy the camera. And then there's 3 players.
Okay,
in
last
their
timeout
face.
for them. Is Vitality
the
season
way that
done?
they're playing this is,
No,
wow,
they have a
perfect, and I feel like
chance.
Vitality right
Like, there's
now
some weird
are
thing
just
in
slamming their head
EMEA
on
now where
because they are
there could
running
actually
into
be a
every
team that
single trap
qualifies
every single round. They're
4
doing
to
exactly
6.
what BBL want them to do.
I mean, for God's sake, Brave, if you take kicks out of the equation,
So
he has
they
the
play
same kills
K-Cop
as
after
everyone
this.
else in Vitality added together at this point. It's a rough position to
K-Cop
play
sitting
from
at
when you
4-5.
have one man who's basically
So
a team
the
of
winner
his
of
own,
that would
and he's got a
secure
bit of
it. I'm
support.
pretty sure. At
Some of the
5-5, it'll be
positions he's been in
close.
this series have been ridiculous, but even if you just
4-6
isolate
qualify,
this
yeah, there's
map,
a chance for a
his
team to go
control over
4-6.
Rubble, it's suffocating them out of a key part of the map. You look at what happens when
It's
you
like
go,
really, really
and you
small
fake it
chance,
out.
but
There's
it's
4
doable.
players A. Oh, well, we'll go C. Oh, we've killed the C guy. It's easy. We'll
It would
walk
have to
straight
be
up.
like a
Brave is there.
5-person tie or
Brave's there
something
waiting. We flashed
ridiculous.
him. He's pulled his crosshair off the angle. Hasn't even got the crosshair placement. Can't see a thing.
You think it'll be
he's killed his bullet
5-5
with a
cutoff?
bullet.
That's the
Good.
most likely,
Like,
yeah.
what? I'd love to be sat there listening to the pause right now from Vitality. Just, guys, can you not let him shoot all 5 of you? Like, what do you do? Because they're throwing utility and they're trying to bombard. That isn't working either. Again, it looks like they'll try to compete for Rubble this time, though, Tom. Brave's on the other side of the map. I venture the guess that Vitality actually get Rubble control this time for once, and it's mainly because BBL are giving it up. They've conceded all of this space. In fact, it's possibly the most passive A-hold we've seen to date. With just Cypher utility on the site, they really expect at this point that Vitality will go, Braves Rubble, we're going anywhere else. But
Yeah, it is just a
call is
straight up
wrong, and it'll
retake.
take a while for them to realize.
Yeah, the thing is, they
You can get, so there's different variations to this cam. So there's actually a lot of different variations with this cam. You can have one where you just like
gambled that this
pixel
time it
angle
was gonna
spot
be
if
a
they
B
walk
hit.
over towards stairs and they
Instead,
can't
they've
see it
got
until they're literally like at these points.
Elite
And
just
well, you have
looking to
this
try
one
and
that's a little
catch
bit
one
earlier.
ready for the retake.
As soon as they see
Doesn't
the
look
camera
like
though, you
that's
can
gonna
see
be
them
the
walking
case.
close, trying to work out where the
Aftershock
trips are.
forcing
And
them
Safe
forward.
is
Safe
probably
gonna
made
try
the
and
play.
Play up in their face. I think he spotted Kushner. Paranoia is perfect. Really good utility from Sender and Safe. Well, this is what we expected to see. This man farming up frags. Looking like a second round on the board. Brave is still standing. If he wins a 1v5, oh, never mind.
Second
It's
one,
gonna be
right?
the ace for Safe. But we've said this in prior maps. Like, sometimes
Yeah,
you'll get an
one
ace
on
from
a-
Safe,
one on
and then
Ascent,
you'll
one on
immediately
Lotus.
lose the next round to a flawless.
Well, that's it. That is what we saw on Sunset. It was a 4K out of Safe, and that was one of the 2 rounds they had when it was 10-2. Like, this was a much better round, but this also comes on the back of BBL changing their setup, not
Not
fighting for
happy.
Rubble in the same
Safe
way,
too.
expecting major
They gotta-
adjustments
he's
from
gotta do
Vitality
that.
towards that position,
2
or
more times,
for the
really.
squad to go in another direction entirely. This time, unsurprisingly,
No
they go
way.
back to basics.
They go back over towards
You're
A
gonna
and we
send
got the
Elite
shutdown
to the
here, so we got
C-side, and
5,
Brave's
we've
gonna
got
kill
9
3.
people again
Showstopper.
going aggro A.
Showstopper
This
is
time
on
they
line for Safe.
don't,
That
well,
should be the
like,
difference maker. Up goes the
Oh,
flag, but
this is
down
sick,
goes
though.
Brave.
Yeah,
They've
nice
done it,
fade eye.
ladies and gentlemen. Senders even
he's a
got
fade eye,
towards
you have
the
to commit
site.
to break
And now
it
a
as well.
taste of their own medicine for BBL.
Yeah, Kushner under pressure. Rotation somewhat coming through, but he has so much to do, and Sender there again. Good round from him, but we know that shutting down Brave was the
There's a
important
good jump
factor.
peek as
Elite's
well.
been spotted, not going to overface this one.
My ult's ready.
And into the afterplant. The thing
They
is,
would
for
love to
the
keep this
remaining
breach short for
players on
next round.
BBL, it's round 11. You've got enough to
Yeah,
buy.
they will be.
You might as well try and do some damage, get some orbs. Well, the damage isn't going to be the biggest thing. There is no way you're stopping Vitality buying into the next round. The main thing is, can Pora at least get a few kills? The answer is no. Andaluthia flawless. Oh, I was right, just the wrong team.
Yeah, well, I mean, the big factor is dealing with Brave, unsurprisingly. 16 and 6.
Just
2
a
rounds.
bazooka, that's all you need.
Yeah, so if they could get another one of those, oh, that might take a while. But on the upside, Rolling Thunder is available for the next round for Vitality. Some space clearance, maybe just chuck that on Rubble and hope for the best. Tracks 2 away
Straight
from
out
this
A
as
again?
well. Nightfall, Rolling Thunder can be dangerous
Yeah.
together. And actually a different position from Brave. This time he's going to be in the tree, so not going to see that same
Oh,
level
this
of
time they're
aggression
faking it a
towards
little
Rumble
bit.
unless he's
Camera into
opening the door.
Fade Eye and then insta group B.
Still have the early
He is opening the
stun.
door.
Yeah,
Yeah,
especially
he's
once they
going
see a lot of
through.
Yuto
Like,
here.
Pora is setting up an
Good
early
luck to
stun.
Pora.
This time the space has been taken by Brave almost for free, but they have the utility ready and set up just to make it awkward. They've got rid of his paranoia already, and the rest of the team are moving to try and put Pora under pressure. An after plant should be almost guaranteed, but again, it's that same setup with the 2 players now rotating towards Broken
Fade
Door
out
that
flood.
they need to clear.
They've realized they need to take control of the door, and that's where Safe's going, walking right in, but not seeing Kushner, and not in time. Kushner's dropped him. Pora then strikes from heaven. Out goes one for the planter. It's Kushner swinging in.
Brave went
with
for
the
another
finger
play
guns,
as well.
and They might not be enough to find the
Brave
last
is
kill, but of course,
Brave is
there,
so funny, man.
finishing this half with 18 kills,
18
6
to
deaths,
6.
and a number of rounds that are in BBL's control can be exclusively contributed to that man. An unbelievable showing from him here on Lotus, and well, that might be the nail in Vitality's coffin.
Yeah, we've seen
Yeah, they
Pora
can't hear him
on
with the
many
fade ult,
maps
so
really lean into this breach.
You might as
and
well go
I
for a
think
big ult
that
like this.
He's another player that has to be highlighted in this game. Like, the calling of their setups has been perfect. Like, the way that they're putting these stuns in at almost the exact moment they're needed, just to make things more awkward, and setting up those superstars, in this case Brave, to really shine. Because that's the thing, every one of their early rounds, almost, was setting him up in a position to thrive. Now, granted, from that position, he does far more than you'd ever expect an Omen player to do.
Fado into Neonaut is
But
nice,
they get him
yeah.
there in the first place.
That's true.
And then
They
they
won't
have
be in
those
minus 80,
quick
there's going to be
rotations back
melted.
to support that B site. It's a really beautiful
And
way
they
to
just
play
used
this defensive
everything.
side.
The Fado
Now we
into
get
the
to see what
Omen,
Vitality
into the
can do. So I
Omen
will
ult,
be honest,
into the
BBL's
Neon.
attack on this map has been nowhere near as good.
They, I like their reaction
why
to
the
losing
pistol
B.
carries
It's like
so much
once
weight.
they lose B, they all group up and
We
just
don't expect them to
insta-clear it,
do
basically.
that well in the rifle rounds. This is where
They just fast flood all
an
the time.
ejection of rounds could make the difference to closing
Double
out this
hold
round
over towards tree,
for Vitality
and
that
Omen Flash
is
would
breathing
wreck
deep
them
into
both.
the series. And they're always being spotted. They have sent the Prowler in. They've sent the stun. They've sent everything but the gun. And here it comes. Kushner
Okay, Omen
grabbing
Flash
the
only hit
double,
one,
and the
but
site control is
yeah,
now
that's
theirs.
it.
BBL have flooded in. And for Vitality, this is a disastrous start. Even the damage done is negligible. We need a big performance from someone, and it won't be Trex. He's dropped before even one.
God, they need a miracle. Flashes for kicks. They've been dodged, but, well, they get one. That might be all she wrote. They're up close with Brave and Elite alongside him. Another pistol under BBL's arms, and well, honestly, I just don't. I don't know. I don't know how you turn this if you're Vitality at this stage. Like, this is such a difficult place to come back from. And just the way that, again, now you have to deal with Kushner. Like, the last half, yeah, it's the Brave show. But now you have to be worried about this man full sprinting straight into your face. If you thought he was quick at getting openers when it came to the Raze, just wait. Or don't. You won't actually. You won't have to.
The map will be over if you wait.
I was going to say, yeah, the map will be done.
No blinking from now on. You need to, like,
Maybe they
I don't
invest
know,
a little bit
take
too
your
much into
eyes
this, so
open.
if they wanted to, the Alvo would be unbelievable. Sender, just
Time to
getting
kill
spammed
is off the
down.
charts. Again, A-site flood.
They're
BBL with a
planting
lot of
within the
success.
first 15
Two
seconds.
pistols brought into this round, so the margin for error that little bit thicker, but that's when we're talking about the long game, and there might not be much of the game left to play for Vitality. Time to gear up and go for this, and okay, those trades actually go pretty well to start with. Trex especially keeping it competitive, finding another, and now we need a hero to step up perhaps for BBL. No more overextensions.
Guys, what
That's
are
when
you
Brave
doing?
goes running in, and Trex with an upgraded rifle drops him. They
Yeah,
don't know
maybe
about
got a
Elite.
little bit too
They haven't got the
overeager in
information
this.
to play with, and that could be a big factor, but look at the plant position. It certainly gives them an iota. He doesn't land the first shots.
Oh
and he won't
boy,
land
I
the
mean,
last.
sick round from
It's
Trex.
With 4 kills.
They
to
kinda gave it
reset
to him
the
a little
half
bit, though.
and give Vitality a chance.
That will do it. That
Yeah,
will do
you
it.
get- you actually get a lot of belief.
Unbelievable pay safe card.
Get a lot of
thrifty
belief
round
winning
coming
a
out
round
from
like this.
Trex. Someone, again, we haven't seen a big performance from anyone really other than the ace from Safe. That was a big round they had in the last half, but this may actually be a lot more valuable. Like him
But
being
look how
able
they
to
play
come in
this
with a
one.
pistol,
Why is
get
he still
4
out there?
kills,
Why are we flashing
dodge
on
the
our own?
paranoia that keeps his teammate alive, and then even when his teammate gets insta-killed
Yeah, the
on just
2v3
a
was-
slither of HP, we'll get things over the
2v3
line.
was horrendous on this. Okay, they get their own
10 to
outlaw
follow.
out, and they can one-shot everyone. Got 2 hero
players are
guns,
still able
buys
to
the
buy
light
out
armor with
rifles.
it.
One of them is Kushner. the other is Brave.
I think that round...
And he's gone.
He's out of here. That round right there just shows me that...
There go the two
Brave-
hero guns.
What did he do?
The Brave solo TP'd it with one of their only guns.
Yes. And I think a lot of that comes back to what the previous round was as well. 2v2, post-plant, paranoia, fires
He's
it
like
out,
what?
even when there's a
He's
high-low
18 to
angle,
7 or
hoping
something?
He catches them.
It's like
This is a
just-
symptom
if he's
of
feeling
the
it with a
problem
hero
of
gun,
being
who's
with
gonna say
19
no?
kills at this stage of the game. You just feel like you're better, like you can make those risky plays, roll those dice, and of course it's going to land in your favor because, hell, you've hit red every time so far, but this time you can't draw blood. And instead it's Vitality to find their footing, land themselves in a 5 versus 2, and start a recovery. 10-5 as a scoreline, not the end of the world, a long way from it. But the confidence, the morale, this little injection for Vitality, it might bring them a little bit closer, might put them in the right headspace to make this comeback happen.
Reezy, he's been good. He's not this good. Stunned up. Andaluthia flawless for Vitality. Straight
Yeah,
off
insane round for
the
them
back of an
money-wise.
eco
One
win.
armor
That's gonna
rebuy.
send the economy flying, which again, when you're this far down, just making sure you have all the guns. Yeah, this is nuts. Especially, like, if he does that in a normal round, he has teammates backing him up, I'm like, it's a bit silly. But when you have the only, or one of the only rifles, insanity. And they're going to call immediate pause.
I mean, I like
the
this
first
early
buy round they're
timeout.
actually going to have.
Just be
but
like, guys,
I think this might just be a moment for the coaching staff
you're
to just
fine.
go,
You're on the easier side.
yeah, you know what,
You're all
guys?
good, but
I think we need to chill just a little bit. Like, let's cool down on some of those ridiculous plays. We don't need to be doing that. Obviously, the new coach of Mark New coming in, someone who we know, especially with young talent, has done an insane job. But you heard of Wu. I think that was him. You had a Yedajay? You had him? Yedajay?
I have. I've seen him play 1 or 2 times.
He's kind of good. That was also the academy team that was built by the man who's currently the coach of BBL. So someone who has a lot of presence in the Turkish scene, bringing up youngsters. But I also think just someone who you look at those players, how young they are, and how much sort of, I guess, intelligence they have within Valorant. It's not just the aim. Like, don't get me wrong, they're both very good at shooting the gun and hitting the head, but like, smart players. I think for BBL, a team that we know have that individual skill, having that extra depth, someone like that at the helm, I only see positive
money in the
things.
bin. Money real good. One
Pause.
ult
I can only agree with
kind
you.
of
It was
close
a
to
good time
ults.
to call it, to reset the mental, get those confident plays
Imagine Vitality win this
out
round.
of here. I like that TP. Different angle than usual. It's using the fast lane. to
3
get
pass
into
and
position
swing,
by the
and this
switch.
is a lot stronger when they don't have a
Early
Killjoy
control.
turret.
And they'll leave Brave there. They're used to it. Oh, safe. He turned away, but he still manages one. Better than he should have gotten. And to be honest, Trex doing well
they
to
managed to
trade
get
it
out of
out.
there.
They've gotten out of there with not only the advantage, but damage done to Cushioner. That's a successful early round. And what they're falling back to a lot earlier than they wanted to is this control on A. But Brave hasn't had the time to thread the needle yet, although the timing could be perfect, especially with this smoke. They'll hear it. They might
Yeah, he's
think
going for a
that he's
play.
not close by, although I see Kicks clearing the angle.
Yeah, it does seem like they're aware. They were pinging spots like that before. I think the door being sold as a ruse was an attempt
Yeah,
to
Omen
try and
flash
catch
back
someone
side
rotating.
dash.
Instead, though, with this deficit, it's definitely not going to be easy. Sender in a good position. Paranoia.
Oh,
It's actually going to go above, but he wins the fight anyway. Even still,
You're a lunatic.
Trex is still here. Looking good in this round already. Another kill and decides, okay, you know what? I don't need to overface.
Yeah,
I don't need
didn't
to use my
overheat with
ultimate,
the
but in this
ult as well.
situation, he's brought Elite so desperately low. Dodges the flash, but he can't.
I thought it was going to be a repeat when the guy got flashed over towards
Brave
Sea
would've
Heaven there
gotten
for a little
both,
bit.
But, you know, nice try nonetheless. Now for Vitality, they're really getting bailed out of a couple of rough positions by Trex. I feel like this
Dude,
guy...
Vitality are in a
he just can't
really
challenge the
sick
A
spot
side.
now.
When it
They
came
go
to
up against an
BBL, it was all
eco.
about
They
Brave
got,
being unruffled.
what are
They
they? They
couldn't
won
get
away
near
from
the
safe
site.
sort, I'm
But
pretty
for
sure.
Vitality,
They
they're
have
having a tough
Fatal.
time containing the squad, but once they get
They're
on
gonna
site,
they're gonna
that's where
have
this
all
guy's
the ults for
activated.
the next round.
Well, you won't see that shot for a while, but
Yeah, the next big
This is a
buy round,
nice
they're gonna
one.
have
10
the
to
best
6,
ults. Well, they have the
4-round
best
gap.
ults.
BBL, they're not going to be sweating just yet, but they haven't got a lot to work with in this round. It's Sheriffs and a Stinger. So likely, we're looking at this going 10-7. Opening duel takes down Brave. And of course, the Odin has sent them scurrying to the other side of the map.
As Lotus is a defensive-sided map, not really. It pretty much, like with the changes, it kind of slowly equaled out a little bit to more 6-6 half.
But with a Nightfaller cam.
Whereas it used to be like a 7
7
on attack, maybe even sometimes 8.
Look at the rotation.
It's definitely more even than it used to be, but
Sublime and Runner.
I would still say it favors the attack a little bit. It's kind of comp dependent.
Position's known. An aggressive position over on Brubble as well. Chances slim, and okay. Who needs an Odin?
They're going to keep this one clean again.
Okay.
They have so much money.
Runner's just spraying it down.
Actually on his head as well.
You know, I think we see here some of the disadvantages with BBL's composition. Not just the Neon running into a Cypher, always going to be a problem. Whole deal is that versus a Killjoy, you can get past those angles with just a few shots being fired. They'll know you're there, but they won't really do anything to stop you. Even the nanos you'll get past.
Maple, hello mate.
They'll keep you in place, so let those wall bangs come through. When you look at what Vitality were doing with their duelist, Safe a number of times on the attack side was sending in blast packs, was sending in nades to destroy those traps, and it's just not something you have the opportunity to do. It's also why you can see Runner put 2 of these traps so close to each other. One blast pack could take those out.
Smoke's been hitting people with jet smoke.
So you're chilling.
Another Andaluthia flawless for Vitality.
Right, now this is the one. Because this is where they're going to use this ult into it, because they know it's a big ult, they would have to eco after, and this is where you're going to see, most likely, Trex and Safe hopefully stay alive to use their ults.
The attack side of this map, their defense, even versus teams like Fnatic, was incredibly strong. But it got turned on them. And now, well, we're starting to feel like that might be happening again. A lot of the time as well when this happens, Pora ends up being the one taking the lead. I've seen a lot of times where he's peeking first on that breach, losing the spike.
Pora?
Well, I'm nervous. I'm watching him walk into
Sender just saw his gun here and he had the spike. Fatal goes in, hits 3.
So much information. In fact, that is the spike down. But it doesn't matter, I guess, because everyone else is down too.
Yeah,
that was meant to be the big round for BBL. The only saving grace is they got that Fatal out of them. That's like literally the only thing I would say is like a positive if I was on the team. Dave, how we doing, Dave? 44 months. He just kept it going. Thank you for the tier 1, Dave. Hope things are going good.
Unified front coming out of Vitality, but Trex definitely drawing my eye. He's had a number of impressive rounds so far. Let's see how costly this can be for Vitality, because I think for BBL, these rifles are on the chopping block. They're being hunted down, good stun deep, but it hasn't actually caught Reezy. Gives him a chance, but only for damage. Now it's time to go running for a lead to desperately try to carry the weapon through.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's a worthwhile trade for Vitality.
Fatal and Odin as well.
So good in the credits department. The Runner's going to hit max cash.
The Fatal is like pretty insane.
This is not going to have any real repercussions.
As long as you combo it with something.
Yeah, look, 3 players
probably combos of the most stuff as well.
And the thing is,
look at that, it's a double body shot.
It's so easy for Vitality. A lot of the time we talked about like big individual plays, cool setups from BBL. I actually don't think that thus far Vitality have had to do too much. It's just like a lot of fights that their opponents almost just running into a blender. And a lot of very individual positions. Like we saw it in a prior round with Kushner being so far ahead of everyone else. He's going to take that space early again, but already there's a stun ready to catch him.
Runner, deep trap, 1 on B this time as well. It's a little further in than it was before. The spams won't land on it just yet. You can see the classics are out. They're spraying at the wall, but ultimately that's the best you can do to try and take those traps out of play. Maybe Reezy can send in one of those prowlers, try to let it get caught, destroy it after, or shift contact, but with the cam up top.
Yeah, they're searching for the camera. They get the camera, they get out of there.
When you do that, now
no map control elsewhere. Vitality have set 1 person up so they can 2-2-1.
But Vitality haven't rotated, so a good chance to isolate some of these players. Although,
no, is there a smoke here? I'm pretty sure it's just a straight up
he's
spam.
Just spamming towards the button, knowing that players are going to try and
no, they can use Fatal into it. Oh boy, here we go. Fatal 4v5. If Runner gets 1, he's done unbelievable.
For a second, he's just trying to spam through, but caught by the stun. Safe though. I was worried about the showstopper, but it's the man himself that takes over. Kicks there for support.
Yeah, and they used the Fatal, and Safe still saved his Raze ult as well. They're actually doing it.
There's no signs of it stopping.
Yeah.
There really
And they're
aren't.
stressed
It
out.
was looking rough. But you said coming into this half, BBL's attack, it's not that strong. We don't expect them to put up numbers, and that's why I thought, I thought there was
What
more of a
the?
spam there, not just a little two-tap, but, you know, to each their own.
Spike down.
For BBL to win the
One enemy
pistol
remaining.
and lose the follow-up.
Yeah, it could have been
Lose
done.
it to,
Nice,
what was it, a
nice.
4K
Nice.
from
I have
Trax?
those as well.
4K, 1v1, a 2v2 with an overpeak.
Nice.
Like, these are going to be moments that you look back on, and that's potentially what cost you. Because
100%.
you come up against
Okay,
what?
last time out for them.
A scenario where you have 11 rounds on the board. All you
Decent
need
bit
is
of cash.
Yeah, exactly. And instead you get reset early, and then since then it has been just a streak. And there's no worries about the economy for Vitality. They can hunt down these guns every single round. They can build up these ultimates every single round. And we've seen some of them thrown in to almost no effect. Like the Nightfall was used in the last round. Did you notice?
I saw it happen.
But that's the thing. It's like the impact of it was null and void. They'd already lost early players, and also the play was so telegraphed. Like I think someone brand new to the game could have looked at that and went, "I didn't probably got to see." Like
30 seconds later, they're still making a ton of noise, shooting
spam
all
in
the
the
walls.
door. Like it was very easy for Vitality to read that.
Yeah, and
And
the
now
buy
what, look,
is
The economy's still
two
not there.
rifles,
They're going to take a
basically.
hit in this round. Be ready
they
for a
nearly
buy in
got
the
that
next.
breach all up,
Ultimate's not
and
there
they
to
still
back it up
have
unless
safe
Pora could
sort.
get an orb or a kill, and by the looks of it, they're going to try and hit B. And
Ooh,
guess who's
I'm
ready for
not
that?
the biggest fan of the
Very,
double
very
aggro
ready
here,
for
though.
that.
The double
Oh, he's
aggro
past the
against
stun
Eco
already.
to give him
Okay, he's
guns.
caught him, okay.
Yeah, I
Little
hate this call.
containment on the aggression, a potential upgrade. And now, a much better position for BBL to play from.
And look at
They
BBL at
proved
the
this,
moment.
all the
C
while Brave
control,
has got
A
that
control,
same
B
spot towards
pressure.
A switch
They got
that I
all of this
assume
map
was
within the first
fast lane used
20
to get him
seconds,
there.
and they
as
have a
we can
gun
see,
down that
he's
they can
already used
upgrade.
One of the shrouded steps, so that was
Can also
crossing over,
Cypher
but
ult
nobody
onto this
from
body.
Vitality's contesting
Really
that area.
don't think
Instead,
going
Reynolds
aggro
coming
against
out
a
here
Cypher
before.
ult
He knows
and an
there's one
Eco is
far
the
back,
one.
But he doesn't know about safe. Now he does. Information's there to play with, and it's a showstopper in the back of their minds. They know safe can pull this out at any given moment. Have to be cautious of it. Straight through to the spawn goes Brave. Showstopper landed. That's Pora down. Good utility removed. They're ready for Brave as well. They know
Yeah,
he's
that
here.
is the
And
Jewel.
tries to shut him down. Another
Yeah,
for
that is
safe.
the Jewel.
And
There's
it's
some low
Vitality
HPs here, though,
set
so
up
this
to
one is actually
equalize
doable.
After a huge deficit,
smoke.
they have found their footing. And unless Kushner can sweep the leg shot from under them, it will be
Yeah,
neck
through the
and
smoke.
neck
Nice,
after round
nice
20.
just knowing the angles on this. Oh,
The
I
thing
was
is, in this
nervous for
round,
that
there
one.
was some moments
I
that
thought
you
they
kinda
messed up,
go,
to be honest.
okay,
I really
this
didn't
could
like the
turn
call
the
of
round.
this.
And then I felt like there was mistakes afterwards. One of them was, I believe Elite uses his ultimate, the neural theft, to find out where players are. That gets him the gun, because he knows no one's defending it anymore. Immediately solo picks B. So that gun can no longer go into teammates' hands. It's like you're taking risks in rounds where, I get it, you got a low buy, but you're doing it in a position where no one can really help. No one can get that rifle back. No one can trade that kill. And then, yeah, you have Brave TP into the back
And
line,
they're
but
back to 10-10.
Vitality adapted well. 10-10. What's that, 7 rounds in a row now. Only the pistol in this half has gone the way of BBL after a 9-3 half. If you're just joining, this hasn't been a back and forth. This has been streaks of rounds with Vitality now firmly in the driver's seat. And we're looking at those stars. Brave, he's gone silent.
Off your feet!
That Rolling Thunder's good. It's forced them back.
Ooh,
The
back
counter
is
comes
good.
in. Spike still not
Yeah,
through.
Kushner didn't get hit. He managed to find a
little isolated,
cubby.
and his teammates want to
Golden
regroup.
Flash is
They'll go
really,
in.
really
That means
nice.
crossing the eye of Safe, who's now on the corner. Nice straight by
Whoa.
Kushner. That's the double secured, and maybe
What
even more.
the-
The stun is absolutely
I can't believe he
perfect,
went
but
for
he
it.
won't go swinging out. Not an 11 HP. Too big of a risk. He wants that headshot just
Damn,
as the player
dude,
emerges,
what
and
a
he
round.
gets it too. It's been a while for BBL since they've tasted victory, but now it should be theirs. It should be in the bag with Brave having a chance. Okay, Runner shuts him down, but
It was
now
one
it's
of
all
them.
on
It was
Runner.
one of those
Ace
where his
clutch needed
teammates
and not
flashed over
found.
towards
Finally, the win streak
Hobbit,
is broken.
and that just gave him
and
the
it comes off the
confidence
back
to
of an
send it,
individual.
even though
It feels similar
the
to
flash was
Safe
never
Sace in the
lasting that
last
long.
half. Okay, it wasn't all the kills, but it was the most impactful one. This is why we've talked about this slide mechanic, the buff of it, because just his ability to just rip heads off.
But can they really
Well, it was there
repeat that?
before, but
Just
now,
a solo
stronger.
send?
talked about the stars disappearing. One of them's
Okay,
come back,
opt for runner.
or at least flickering, but it's the first
Cypher up.
of 3
Doing
needed.
it back to him.
Vitality, well, unless that's shaken them, they're going to try and go right back to business.
Oh,
in the
that's
middle.
a tough one for
between
Runner.
them.
Right past
Yeah,
both
and
players.
breach damage hits
Could have been
both
a
of the
kill, an inch
trips.
to the left or
And
right.
they want to send it.
Instead,
And they're scared of this
Vitality fall
cage.
back
They
now.
don't know if they broke the
Paranoia
trips for
catching
sure.
out one. Kicks has to fall
Yeah,
back.
shout out to Cutioner
Seaside
descending
should be
this.
under
We
the control
got
of BBL.
5 people real
Contesting it
fast.
here
Should be
would
Omen Flash Flood.
Big risk. Perhaps we'll see the odd spam go down. A nade come through. Indeed, the Prowler most certainly on its way. They're going on the back of it. Brave is holding the angle for the first. There's
it's a
another
big
shot
miss
from
again.
Runner, but it's still no connection to be found.
Oh, what is this?
One for Cutie
Oh,
and Kicks.
we
on
got
the
double.
Triple has brought it back into a winnable spot. Only Pora left. They know where he's
my God,
gone.
not this again.
They can see
Not-
him right now. He's making
Not
it for
this
the
again.
switch, but they're
Every
already
time someone's
there.
running for the
A
door, they're getting
4K from
wrecked.
Kicks to
Dude, they both got
equalize
doubles
again.
between them.
Yeah, in this half, they haven't necessarily needed the hero plays, but this was a round that they did.
Bro, what is
And
that
again,
slide
it looked
kill?
like Cutioner
So
might
they
just
win a
take
round,
that
they
round
lose the
back
next.
by
They,
storm.
they in theory
The
have no
initial
money, but
entry, and yeah, just directly between them, a little bit cursed, if anything. But this was the moment from Kicks, just lands everything put in
the
front of him,
double there.
the double up. And then, well, Pora, I'll be honest with you, you would never get away
That was a
from that.
misread. Little bit of a misread there.
11-11. Turns out it was
okay,
just
and they
a
force
blip.
into it at 11-11.
Vitality
We
now
got
come
one
back in
person
with a full
that
buy, an
hasn't got a
operator,
gun. There's a
An
sheriff.
ultimate.
They
And
took
Reese's
early
had to
C
go
control.
down to a pistol, which was safe
Great
for him, is
pressure.
not
They got
always a
camera
deterrent.
spots close B, so they got all of this map control at the moment.
I really like BBL's early stun.
And they
Pora
find a
put
trip
one
here,
out
so they
towards
can break
C main.
this.
That forces Runner back because he can't
Yeah,
hold
so
the angle
this
with
is
the
a
off.
nice
You
early
certainly
default
don't
at the
wanna
moment
go
from
re-peeking
BBL.
it
Create a
with
lot
no
of pressure.
utility there to
Vitality
support you, so
every
they
single
don't
time
have that
getting over
aggressive
towards A, just
control
holding
over
one
C
person
main that
here.
they've often had in the early round. So that information leaves some of the other players out in the open. Sander not able to avoid the stuns. He got the paranoia off, but now the players are close and
Not
Cutie's
another
about to
slide
come
kill.
swinging around that corner. They're bailing as quick as they can and just about avoiding his ire. The A site is where the target has landed for BBL. The Vitality
Pretty
avoid
good
early
readings
losses.
this at the moment. No
Whenever
one
it's
on the
come
site.
to taking an A
3
site
people
hit,
here. They could
Trex has
fast
come
flood,
up
but
big
no
for this side.
Omen Flash.
They're doing it again. They don't want to allow the plants to go
Yeah,
in,
and
so they've
they
used the
just
Nightfall
should've
immediately.
pivoted
It
to
leaves
B,
them with no
right?
sound, little
Wait,
HP.
this is such a weird round.
Haven't
Keep an eye on
managed to
Brave.
capitalize just
But
yet.
Brave
They've
is a
taken
flash
a
to
lot
help
of
his
ground
team
back.
out,
Safe will
but
get
he's
that
going for a
first kill.
luck.
These post plants are dwindling. The utility only left to a paranoia, and even that might not come into play.
We're
The
just
Fuse
sticking this,
already beginning,
and it's just
trying
done.
to fight back in, and Brave is nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, and he's the
trying
guy
to
with the
make a
main
move, but
bit of
it's just
util
not gonna happen.
to hold off the
Vitality
fast retake.
somehow from 9-3 down. Or
Dude,
sorry,
they
with even
actually have a
10-3
chance to
now,
do this. That's
they're gonna
insane.
get to 12 first.
This is devastating.
9-3
pistol,
on
the
defense as
follow-up
well.
afterwards in so many of the rounds that could have went BBL's way, but it slipped out of their grasp. This is the first time in a long time that Vitality have the lead, and it comes at match and series point. For BBL, this is devastating. They're not guaranteed playoffs, even if they win both their games. But let me tell you, if they lose this one, those chances
Okay,
go way
look at the
down.
Odin
But
out,
for
safe as his
Vitality,
ult. Kicks us two away from his
they're
ult.
still in with a chance if they
And
win
there's
this
no
in
one
their
to stop them
next.
from
That's the
going
thing.
aggro
This
towards
is
A. So they get free
BBL's
map
last
control here.
match.
Yeah.
This is it.
Yeah.
If they lose this, they're hoping on a 4-way
Oh,
tie.
Runner,
but that's
man.
at least the way to start.
Runner's so
Runner
confident.
going down, a much more aggressive
Yeah.
position than what we've seen prior.
He really committed.
Information as well. They're going to put the pressure on to Kick. Stun has not connected. He may not even know that
takes
Cushion
so
has passed,
much map
but,
control.
well, his own utility will give
Love
that
that.
one away.
Can he get
The
to the
start
after plant
towards
pause?
OT is there. A post plant which...
Okay, it's all
Oh,
about
say a
Omen
post plant.
Flash
I think they're
into safe.
expecting some sort of
Oh.
spam. They've given some extra time, and that plant still hasn't come in.
The name won't deny it, but maybe Safe can.
Oh, he messed up a bit.
Showstoppers activated, fired in blind, caught one. But Pora still holding strong. He's done well to find it, to back off, to retrieve a rifle as well, I believe. Now potentially fight alongside his teammates. They need to scrap this out, but the trades will be good enough. Although they don't find it on the first, and then Pora strikes. Elite's there too, and difficult to root out a position with Safe having it all on his shoulders.
That is,
What another
that is
ace.
unreal,
He's done
man.
it again,
That is
and this time
unreal.
it's for
There's
the
no
match,
way
it's
BBL
for
lost
the
this.
series, and
Holy
for
hell,
hope
Safe.
of
What was that,
playoffs
27 to
still
something?
be ignited. What a
What a god.
legend of this game. Unbelievable from this man in the
What a
series.
god.
Okay,
What a
look,
comeback.
I know. Safe can play control.
9-3.
Yeah. Safe
He's
can.
on.
He can play initiate. You know, in the past, I'd say Safe